tragedies of the Trail of Tears, the nightmare of wounded knee, the unfairness of massive relocation, the arrogance of suppression of language and culture. This country must apologize. And when it does, the healing and reconciliation begin. But only then. Only then. And that's really only the first step. There's really two important steps if we're going to make this healing process continue in this historic and transformational time. The other is simply to say every single Friday after the day of Thanksgiving, we recognize how much this country owes the American people, or the Indian people, when it comes to the culture, the leadership, the traditions, and the history we have experienced for 200 years. There's no better way to do that than to make that day an official holiday, and to commemorate it by making it Native American Heritage Day for all of us to think about what it means to live nation to nation, people to people, to recognize the contributions in culture and leadership, in language, and in humanity. Both the apology and the national holiday are a foundation for reconciliation and healing and dialogue that this country yearns to have. Both are important, both are necessary, and both are in the hands of President Barack Obama. But we must always remember that we must go beyond words. As important as those words and that foundation can be, we've got to remember as well that it's how well our people are living that matter too. And a major determinant on how well our people are living is how much opportunity there is for a good job. I will say what I've said 100 times, if not 1,000 times. No one has contributed more to the jobs on every one of our tribal lands than Indian gaming has these last 25 years, and you ought to be very proud of that contribution. You have made a difference in the lives, the livelihoods, and the hopes and aspirations of all Indian people. But we've got to go beyond it. And some of you heard me in the past say how critical it is that as we look at opportunities to go beyond gaming, that we recognize how much energy could play a role. And we've been slow off the mark in these last few years on producing the kind of potential that exists, not only in Indian country, but across the country. Tribal lands have some of the best sources of wind. We all know that. Solar and geothermal in the world. We've got 5% of the land mass, but we've got over 20% of the capacity, the potential. If we could harness the energy just on Indian land, we'd have 5 times the amount of energy